From the early childhood, I wanted to follow my father, who also was a doctor, and treat people so they can feel better. So I definitely spent years of study just trying to help in the best way. But at the beginning, I didn't believe in transfer factor. I ordered the first 2 bottles just to prove that it wouldn't work. And what made me change my mind, the amount of research was there, and now I'm using the product, my family is using the product, my close friends, and everything has changed from that time. I just changed completely my life. Instead of treating people, I'm helping them to stay healthy.
My son and I had a nutritional supplement company called Doctor's Nutrition Company. We wanted to find the one product that could make us different. We were going to teach other physicians how to teach people to be well. In transfer factor, we discovered that David and Bianca Lisenby already had the patent for the production process. And we thought it was such a vital product that we sold our company and became distributors. I became the first distributor, and they didn't even have an application. It was on a handshake. It's been the best thing I've ever done.
My grandmother was from Mexico, so I'm very used to using natural products. I grew up in a setting using natural products. So transfer factor, when it was introduced to me, was a godsend. When I found out and did my research and found that Dr. Sherwood Lawrence developed it over 50 years ago, how it has been used. We have our own research and development department at 4Life Research, which we're adding to the information that's available on the internet.
Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. This is our second segment about transfer factor, wellness, and healing. And joining us still is Ramon Mendoza, and he is a resource speaker for Life Research. And now joining us also is Tita Rebby Encinas, and she is a 4Life advocate. Welcome back, Mon. And of course, Tita Rebby, magandang gabi, and so nice to have you on the show.
Nice to be here too.
Po, parang reunion ulit para sa atin.
Yun na nga, a long time ago.
But you know, as I told Mon in the first segment, we really wanted to do this kasi nga, we want to spread the news that there are really good products out there who can help. Alam niyo ho, sabi ko kay Mon, we all have, we've all been touched by this terrible thing called cancer. And dati nga, death sentence, no? When you have cancer, it feels like it's the end of the road, no? No more hope. Kumbaga, yung will mo, handa mo na, ganyan, di ba? So, but now, as you can see, there have been really success stories. And in fact, nga, that video we showed earlier, just before we came on, is our testimonials from doctors in the States who were skeptics. And ngayon, advocate na sila ng transfer factor. Now, let's talk about Dr. Torres, kasi we ended our first segment talking about the former director of cardiologist and former director of Philippine Heart Center. And, you know, I assume that initially he was skeptical about such approaches. Kasi nga, Western thinking, Western medical training is a bit narrow, will leave you a bit narrow-minded, no? So, what is his take now that he's been cleared of 95% prostate cancer, 5 blocks in the heart, all clear?
He's so glad about what happened to him, and it's like his second life. And he went to the office. Actually, he went to the office, and we had a little picture taken there. And he brought his whole family there, you know, to be part of our company. Now they're working hard to propagate this product so that they can save more people. And that's actually taking transfer factor to a new level of helping other people.
So, Tita Rebby, talagang we're getting converts even from the medical practice, no? Because, alam niyo, yung mga medical, yung mga Western medical doctors, traditionally, as I said nga, very skeptical about alternative complementary treatments. So now, more and more people from the medical profession are getting converted. And then seeing that there is some potential and some really good possibilities with your product, no?
Well, I'm a perfect example
Yes,
of an 80-year-old lady. Nobody correctly guessed my age. Oh. See?
Oh, batang-bata.
I can still,
mukha kayong 60, oh.
Oh yeah, nobody really. Hindi ako nagbibiro. Lahat dyan. I become the model of 4Life all over the country. For some reasons, whether it is for their business or monkey business. Okay lang sa akin.
What brought you naman to transfer factor? Kasi yung kwento ni Mon, his personal illness was the one that led him to down this road. Kayo naman po, how did you get involved in transfer factor?
Well, you know, my father is also a doctor, but he is passed away. But I always disagree with him on some issues. Ako ang medyo anti-doctor. Well, somebody, Manny invited me. I'm always open to things, especially yung mga in thing. So I started being with him, and it's not only the money that is in here, but the social impact.
Yes.
You can have a social advocacy. In fact, my dream is, and my goal is, if I become gold, that is one of the highest
Yes.
in for life position, I'll have my own kind of contribution to children.
Yes.
Ang ating mga bata ay, even if they are intelligent, if they are poorly nourished, wala yan.
Yes. But interesting that you mentioned your father, your late father was a doctor. I understand Mon's wife
Yeah.
is
He's a
also a
doctor.
doctor.
She's a pediatrician.
So you are actually intimately tied to the medical industry because your
Yes.
spouses and your father, your spouse and your
Yeah,
father
yeah.
were part of the
Yes.
medical industry. Now, Mon, I'm curious, yeah, what does your wife have to say about this?
Well, for 3 years, she didn't believe me. So I was very persistent until one time that one of her patients was really having a difficulty with just fever, and she doesn't know what kind of virus that hit her. So she was staying in the hospital for about four nights na, and then she was already worried. And I told her, pag hindi na alam ng doktor, baka alam na ng baka yan. Kasi there are so many information in the cow, transfer factors, which probably
From
are
nature,
not yet,
yes, from
yeah,
nature.
from nature,
Yes.
which wala pa sa books of medicine.
Yes.
And why wouldn't you just be open to it? Try lang, because this is a pre-processed, pre-formed antigen specific
Okay.
molecules
Okay.
that can help any kind probably of a threat.
Okay.
So why didn't you just try? Try lang.
Yes.
And then she tried this one, the
Try.
transfer factor trifactor formula for the child. This is only 4 years old, who was sick with fever, mga 40 yata yun, for 4 days straight. And when she gave this, imagine this, only less than an hour, the fever disappeared. And she was discharged from the hospital.
Imagine
And
that.
that was the start when she finally
This
said,
is your wife's patient.
and that was just the start. Huh?
Yes, yes.
Now she had about 500 dengue patients that are
Ayan, yan. Okay, let's talk
Are
about
Yeah,
dengue.
dengue.
Alam mo, scourge yan
were
sa atin.
helped in just 2 days.
Really? Kasi usually, isa pang kinakatakutan natin yan, Tita Reby, di ba? Lalo na for kids and for seniors. My uncle, who was a senior, died from dengue. So, it's not a disease that you can toy around with. No? You have to take it very seriously.
Well-
Now, you guys have had plenty of experience and success, no?
Yes, a lot.
With dengue.
Well,
it's countless.
Tita Reby.
it's a sad thing that the Department of Health, I'm sorry to say it, doesn't agree on what our transfer factor could do to help eradicate dengue. This is one time we went to see Labor Hospital and brought several bottles of this for distribution. We were not welcome because there is such thing as the department protocol.
Alam niyo, it
Eh,
starts
they're
with
already
awareness
dying.
talaga eh.
They were dying. Oh, why can't this is 45 pesos a capsule, and then we brought about 5 for distribution
For free.
for free. Eh wala, we were not
Alam niyo po, it's about awareness,
welcome.
really. It really
Yeah.
is about awareness. So, I mean, if people's minds aren't open to these kind of things, then there will always be some resistance, no? Which is what the objective of our show now, and many others that we will do about this, is really to raise awareness of other forms of treatment, no?
Yes.
No. Okay, aside from dengue, Mon, what else are you guys successful with?
Well, Dr. Venida, who is the founder of the Skin Research Foundation of the Philippines, was having a research on this for the past 8 years.
All right.
And found out that some of the patients who are already multi-drug resistant cases,
Wow.
that means to say that they cannot get
As
healed
in
With
the
medicine.
medicines are not working anymore.
because of the multi-drug
Yes.
resistance.
Yes, the body has already
Yeah.
has built up a resistance to all these meds. Yes.
So it always goes back to immune system, right?
Mm.
So I just told them that, why don't you try something that will help the immune system? And this is the one that optimizes the immune system.
Yes, yes.
So why not try it? And so they tried it with some patients. At first, they tried it with a leper who was already suffering.
So ito leprosy, all right?
Yes.
So we
So
roll
that
it
was
up.
the skin before, and in just a few months, became well.
Imagine that.
So, and the liver was
Kita
already
ba?
1/3 size,
Yes.
the original. It went back in 6 months to original size. So it was rebuilt, meaning transfer factor has ability to, multiply the cells, to help the stem cells proliferate, and then differentiate into liver.
Yes.
So that's why this guy has this 100% brand new liver.
Imagine
in
that.
just 6
Imagine
months.
that, huh? Imagine.
Yeah.
So not only healed him,
Yeah.
but even repaired the body as well.
Because the immune system has the ability to repair. And transfer factor is just an adjuvant to medicine, which really helps the medicine too. That's why when you take transfer factors plus medicine, then it's like 100% healing powers.
Yes, working together.
Working together.
Adjuvant.
Because it is a fact that
Yes.
25% of our medical complaints can be treated by medicine, but 75% depends on the body's response.
Yes. Now, Tita Rabi, I want to go back to cancer because actually I have a good friend now who has who has cancer. In fact, meron siyang tumor in the left side of his brain.
So
And
sad.
kayo sa transfer factor, do you guys treat a lot of cancer? I mean, or do you guys help? What did I say? Help
Yeah.
a lot of cancer patients.
I should say that a lot of our clients are using transfer factor for the immune system to be optimized. So it can now deal with the immune system can now deal with any kind of disease like cancer. So there were a
but
lot of them. who
How
were-
successful have you guys been with helping people? I'm not saying treating, but
Yeah.
helping people with cancer.
I think very, very successful.
80%.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but
Would you say 80%, Tita Rabi?
Oh, yes.
Sa transfer
definitely.
factor?
Oo.
okay, could be.
Yes, yes. And so what you're saying is that at least there's hope and there's
Ah,
light at the end of the tunnel. That I mean, cancer is an
Yes.
awful disease, but it can be beaten, no? It can be beaten.
It can be beaten by
A
the
lot
immune
of
system.
hope.
Yes.
Because if you use the supplements like this, it has been tested in Russia and it has been tested in the Institute of Longevity Medicine in California, how fast it can increase the killing rate, ability of natural killer cells to kill cancer cells. And it was noted there in the 7-year test that out of 197 supplements, only one stood out to be able to awaken or increase the killing rate of the natural killer cells, which were asleep at the time, by 103% in just 4 hours.
But generally, how much stronger does transfer factor boost the immune system?
Yeah.
It can boost the immune system by 437% in just 2
Wow.
days.
Wow.
So in the Petri dish that was shown, it increased the killing rate of the natural killer cells against the leukemic cells by 437% in just 2 days in a Petri dish. So that was an in vitro test that was shown in this clinical test.
Yes.
And therefore, if you apply that in the body, say for example a stage 4 cancer, the immune system will now rise again to be able to kill the cancer cells. So the immune system can actually kill the cancer
Very
cells.
good, very good.
And therefore eliminate them in probably 6 months. So instead of spending millions, then you can probably go down to supplementation plus other, other means
Medication.
or other medication that can be supplied by the hospital or by the
Yes,
doctors.
yes.
So it is a combination therapy, which is an adjuvant, transfer factor as adjuvant, and then the medicine combined.
Excellent. Excellent. Mon, Tita Rabi, we have to pause for a break, but when you come back for our third segment, our good friend Tess Brazil will join us and talk about her own experience with transfer factor, as well as we'll also talk about the business side and how to contact you guys and buy these wonderful products. So guys, more of transfer factor, wellness, and healing when Philippines Uncut returns.